Continue.
1 second.
Okay, just continuing on why we have chose street vendors as our market. You can find many articles online
And being a part of
which
the
has
competition,
many petitions which are asking the street vendors to, as you can see, help the government resume the business. And the magnitude of street vending in Indian cities is really high. It has been increasing a lot, directly proportional to the population increase. Next slide. When I was going through some of the online articles, this was one paragraph I found, which was from Deccan Herald. So this is an excerpt which says, which is from Mr. S. Babu, who is the president of Bengaluru Jilla Bidi Vyapari Sangatanagala Okkuta, which is an organization for street vendors. And he says that if we do not sell our wares, we cannot sustain our families, and there is no one who will pay for us, even if we cannot carry out our business. Varun, you had mentioned on the other day that BBMP are providing identification cards. So he says that there are more than 1.5 lakh street vendors in the city, of which only 12,000 have received identity cards. And even among them, more than 50% of them are non-vegetable and food vendors. And most of them are meat vendors or are from Brazil market. So this
Again,
is...
so the reason I mentioned that was because the research that you're showing me right now ideally should have been done 2 days ago, not right now. All of these things, I'd sliced the market for you guys the other day itself, meat, all of these things. You were giving a very generic, again, like the feedback was that you were giving a very open-ended statements there. This is what pretty much could have made your problem statement, your product more focused, I would say. But continue.
Yes, Varun, we had actually reserved this for today because to explain our market better. Akash, next slide. Next slide. This was again an article I found on the internet, which is from a blogger who is telling that during the pandemic, millions of people have lost their jobs, and many of them, like a big percentage of them, are street vendors. And are we even in a position to gauge the trauma they are facing? So this, in a nutshell, is why we have chosen street vendors as our market. And there is the customers also, like the other end users, who are also our market, but the street vendors are our main focus. And I now give it on to Anand Tirth to continue on our distribution channel.
Yeah, hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear?
Yeah. So, what we are thinking of a promotion that is based on available both to the vendors as well as customers. So for vendors, we are thinking of actually visiting to the local area where we live, and also to consult them peer-to-peer, like one-on-one, and then help them understand the app and then use that. But when it comes to customers, we are actually thinking of hosting advertisement on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, as it is daily used, and it is also available and used by many people all around the world, also in the India especially. So we can also we were also thinking of using the advertisements and the banners which are displayed around the road, around some theater walls, and also that the people or the street vendors who are pushing their cart towards the theater or the cinema hall or towards any road, they can see the app, they can see what are its utilities and use it. So I'll hand it on to Akash to explain the scaling of our product.
Yeah, hello. Now I'm going to...
Hey Akash, sorry to interrupt. Can you go to your previous slide?
Yeah, once.
Do you have an example to show for the kind of advertisement that you're going to run? Be to onboard your tobacco vendors or meat vendors or any vendors. Do you have an advertisement copy or anything ready that I can see?
No, right now we don't have any copy. We just have plans for showing advertisement, but we do not have any template of sorts.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so now I'm going to talk about our scaling model. So in the initial stage, that is first 10 customers or something, we have planned to do peer-to-peer advertisement. The thing is that our group might have like a few developers, like maybe 4 or 5 developers. Each one of them live in different areas. So if each one of them is able to board like 10 vendors onto the platform, we already have like 50 vendors on the platform. So they would talk with peers, and that would give a peer-to-peer advertisement. So here it would spread like a ripple. So this
Okay,
is what we,
I have one question here.
yeah.
Okay, I give you 2 minutes pitch to me. Just tell me what your pitch is going to be to onboard me as a vegetable vendor.
Yeah, the thing is that when you are selling the vegetables, you don't know which street to go. Like you may go to a street and you don't know that there might be a customer there, and then you might think I don't have energy to go to next street, but there might be a customer there.
Have you spoken to any vegetable vendor who does not know which street he's on?
No, we have not spoken to any vendor. We couldn't
Do you know
go.
any vegetable vendor, or have you heard of any vegetable vendor who's kind of lost in the city, does not know which street to sell in or anything? Do you think these guys wander around every day? I mean, is that an assumption, or
No,
is it a
like
verifiable fact?
No, like they will not have an idea when customers are going to buy. Like one day a person might buy some stock, and next day he might have not buy the stock from that person. So having an idea of where the customers are would help better navigate the streets for him.
So in that case, the brick and mortar stores who kind of sell all of these vegetables, be it either supermarkets or even your normal, vendor style small stores, do you think these guys have visibility into how much sale they're going to make every day? I mean, do you think they have a visibility, or do you think they don't?
No, the supermarkets are also in the same page. Like they also do not know when customers can come, but they're in a fixed position. Like they have a store where people can visit, but in street vendors they need to utilize their energy and go to the streets.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sure,
You have
continue.
taken your 9 minutes, 8 minutes of time. You have 2 more minutes. You can wrap the PPT up soon.
Hey, Pujita, it's okay. Let's since they have 10 plus 10, 20 minutes, I think let's give them the entire 20 minutes.
Okay, sure.
I'll probably be questioning as and when they'll be going, and that kind of holds true for all the teams.
Right, sure. So we'll just keep a track of 20 minutes then, right?
Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Utkarsh, also, if you have any questions in between, or so let's do something. So the last 5 minutes of the 20-minute thing that they have, let's reserve that for an open audience question if they have anything. Meanwhile, in the first 15 minutes, I think I'll be questioning, of course, but Utkarsh, if you have any questions, well, you can throw into me.
Yeah.
So 1 second again, sorry to interrupt. So again, so all the teams, Pujita, just give them another 2-3 minutes right now. It's not an issue. All the other teams just get straight to the matter, because we'll be doing a lot of questioning in terms of direct growth strategy. Do not justify why you chose this market, because we've already done that in the last 2 days.
Yes.
Just get straight to the point at this point, yeah. Because on the Notion page as well, I've clearly mentioned what the points criteria and what the deliverables are for today. Just stick to that. Nothing else. Just stick to that.
Akash, I just have one question on your scaling part. That is the next 100. You have
Yeah.
put in banners, posters, and social media. Do you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
any statistical backup to show that social media will definitely result in your scaling? Because I just ask you this thing, you should know who your target customers are. Whom are you onboarding? Those are street vendors. Will you find them on Instagram?
No,
Will you
no. The
find
thing
them
is
using?
that this banner and advertisement is for customers. Just a second, I will come to that next 100
Okay,
part.
sure. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, as I said, the initial stage was that ripple propagation, where we just target our local areas, trying to board the vendors and also the customers. So in this stage, since we are using cloud as a backend, it should come under free tier, and we'll not be spending any money, but we will have a time to stabilize in the market. Once we are gained some traction, then we can go for banners and posters and other newspaper ads and social media for the customers and not the vendors. So when we do it for the customers, we can tell that we have this much customer base, that this much discovery, and use this fact to board new vendors onto our platform. That's our plan for the next 100. And in the next 1,000, the thing is that we could have like a wallet, like Uber Cash or Ola Cash, like that, similar to that. So that when the referral person does his first transaction, you get some cash in your wallet. And since you have cash in the wallet, you are again forced to do a transaction, and this increases transactions. And also satisfied customers would recommend again building the user base and daily active users in the way. So this was our idea for scaling, and also since it's based off cloud, technically scaling should be easier because the clouds just expand based on the user base. That's our scaling model.
I have another question here in terms of scaling.
Yeah.
Given so you've chosen peer-to-peer advertisement, banners, posts on social media, and all of this, right?
Yeah.
Can you show me examples of where this has worked? Even if I agree that you haven't done it, you've admitted to that. Can you show that it's worked for others? Can you show what normally works in a local regional scenario? For example, even if I take the option of Paytm, who kind of onboarded vendors initially to even try out their payments app, can you show me an example of what really worked with them? Otherwise, I mean, look, anybody can kind of Google this and write it. It's not really a big task. I mean, anybody can do this. Can you show me a proof of concept, something that I know what you're saying will actually work for you? Even if it's a dummy ad, I don't care. I mean, can you show me something?
Yeah, like advertisements have worked in the past, like targeted advertisement in Instagram. Like
Hey, I
most
agree
of,
it's worked. So going to the moon has also worked, but we don't do that every day, right? I mean, that's the thing. I want to see what works every day will actually get you 10 customers in, let's say, 1 week, 100 customers in a month, 1,000 customers in a year. Give me a proper roadmap, something, show me something.
And
yeah, like
Akshay, adding to Varun's part, the scaling strategy that you have come up with, I really want to understand because you are using the same sort of scaling for both the ends. I mean, like, you are using it for both the segments of your market. You want to onboard your customers also through the same strategy. You want to onboard vendors also through the same strategy. How would that work?
yeah,
Aren't those two different segments
Exactly.
of
That's a very good question, Utkarsh. How will that work?
when we have more customers in our platform, we can give it as an idea to
Hey, it's
like
all
a
theory. Akash, I'm sorry. It's all theory, man. It's all theory.
I
Give
mean,
me
okay, yeah,
Give me
Varun, go ahead,
numbers.
go
Give
ahead.
me numbers. Give me numbers from a statement. Tell me what would really convince them to actually onboard, even if it's just one customer. What is the one statement that will get them to convert?
like for the customer, it's like a convenience factor. They can know when the vendor is coming, so that he would choose it. And like if I say that I have 100 customers in your area which can discover you, they can easily like the
Hey,
vendor will come.
in the digital age, convenience is very cheap to the extent that any of these guys can actually open a WhatsApp business store, or they can just give their WhatsApp numbers to any of the homeowners here. Say them, so whenever you
Yes.
need any vegetables, whatever it is, just give me a call. I'll take an order. And WhatsApp is already available in the regional languages. So how are you going to compete with a basic homegrown solution like this?
Yeah, but that won't factor in the seamless payments tracking
Why
and
not?
like
You can do payment on WhatsApp as well. I can also share my location.
yeah,
They can see when I'm going to reach the area. They can do a bunch of things, right?
yeah, but it's not like tailor made. Like you cannot have a inventory or notification
Why do I
system
need
and
all of that
all.
when I know how many people have texted me saying that they want X orders in a day, or they just want to know where I am, or they want to know when I'll be going to come in their area, anything. My basic day-to-day business being done. Ultimately, my hassle was communication, because of which I couldn't really get a visibility in terms of how much I'll be able to sell in a day,
Yeah,
which was
but
not an issue before pre-COVID. During COVID, that's an issue right now, right? Because a lot of people aren't going out, hence they aren't able to discover me. Because of WhatsApp,
yeah,
because of these things, they're able to do it. Even a simple phone call. I mean, a phone call works great actually. I mean, I know how many guys I've phone called to, just come up to my home and give me the produce. I'm talking about local street vendors.
yeah, but some new street vendor might not be discoverable. Like everyone has their preference, and they would be contacting that person itself. So
So
like
let's say you're a new street vendor, you're not just going to take a cart and go randomly to an area. You're going to, of course, ask a couple of these guys, because see, most of these street vendors are also financed. Nobody has, trust me, the kind of class that they come from, they don't really have the money to even invest in their own street as well. So they take a loan of 20 to 30K, they buy some inventory, they buy some supply, and then they start going it. So they already have a basic support system set, which tells them, look, why don't you go in this area? Why don't you cover this, a couple of these lanes? I'll cover a couple of these lanes. That works. That's been working for the longest time, which is how, so from one street vendor, we've got a billion of them across this country.
yeah, but this would help in distributing the load. Like they need not stick to one area. Like it would evenly distribute between all the vendors. Like more
Uh,
opportunity for the vendors also.
again, not a strong argument. Fine. Next thing. Let's say that, okay, look, you've onboarded 100 people, assume, all right? 100 people are using your app on a daily basis. Yeah, Pujita.
It's been 15 minutes. That's right. The small reminder.
Just give me like another. I just have to ask this one question, and if audience
Yeah.
has anything, we'll open. Otherwise, me and Utkarsh can continue our question
Yes.
with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say that you've already onboarded 100 of these guys. How are you going to go to the next 1,000?
Yeah, like once we have 100, if we provide good service to them and also that referral bonus and offers, they would start like inviting other people to the platform and for that offer.
Hey, let's say that, okay, now me and Utkarsh, since we are both, kind of senior product, we've seen this. Me and Utkarsh, after the call, we decide to do something similar. And, by next week, we're actually live. And we do it using simple, basic WhatsApp shop. We actually go all these vendors. Instead of onboarding them to our platform, we just give them a service solution saying, look, we'll set up a shop for you online. And we'll teach you the strategy to actually get these guys to buy from your online WhatsApp store. Right? So basically, I will only charge them probably 100 rupees for a quick counseling session. I'm done. How is that going to that I think that has a possibility to easily replace your solution. So why would anybody even come to you for that matter? I mean, because WhatsApp has all of the features that you guys have mentioned already. So
Yeah, like WhatsApp means you need to keep on adding content to that, like adding the vendors, and also communication would be an issue. And in this, there is a fixed map layout.
WhatsApp is the number one used app in India for day-to-day comms. So I don't think communication really is an issue there. I mean, if it is, so I mean, I probably misunderstood WhatsApp then.
Akash, may I interject?
Yeah.
To answer your question about WhatsApp, see, even when Uber came or any or Ola or Uber came, there was WhatsApp. We could have called up drivers and asked them to come to our house and take us somewhere, but we chose Uber, right? So I think it's the same analogy today.
Okay, if you say that, then why do you think people chose Uber over local tours and travels at that point of time? Why?
That's because it gave a map layout, it gave them more discovery. They needn't have to call up people, they didn't have to have a personal connect with the drivers, which many of them didn't want. It was just a booking on an online platform, and the driver was at your home.
Okay, let's assume that's true for a moment. Anyways, my question was again, okay, Utkarsh, do you have any questions? I'll leave that to you.
Well, I just want to understand because I haven't got that answer.
Same
About
thing,
your scaling part, I'm gonna be very precise on that particular front. Uh, can you please explain me, like, how are you trying to do scaling and what does scaling means to you? So probably, we can understand how are you looking at scaling and why were you showing those numbers to us and those strategies to us? So probably, then we could put better questions. Yeah, go ahead.
About the banners and posters, those are for the street vendors, and social media is for the customers. I agree that social media will not apply to the street vendors, but I think that's a risk we can take. I think that banners and posters and peer-to-peer advertisement or words from one person to another will go a long way in onboarding the vendors. And I think social media does have an impact on on onboarding the customers.
Do you have any statistical backup? Yeah, Varun, go ahead.
Not the statistical backup. Can you forget statistics? Let me assume that you're the first guys ever who are doing this. Do you have anything to show me? Do you have a poster? Do you know what works? What kind of content works? What kind of copy works? What kind of design? What kind of even color works? Do you have anything to show me at this point?
Exactly.
It's a very simple thing. Trust me. Just show me something.
We do not have an ad template as of now.
Then I don't think I have any more questions to ask.
Pujita, you can open up to the floor. If anyone from other teams or maybe IEDC team, they have any questions for them, they can ask them.
Yeah.
Even if you have questions for the team right now.
The other contestants as well, I strongly encourage ask them the questions. Not really an issue. Go for it.
Yes. So Abhishek and Akash, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So when the product comes to street vendors, I've just studied statistically on my other tab. So 89% of Indian street vendors do not have a food license and they don't have a vendor's own license. So how would you conquer this legally?
Hey, Anu, really good job checking the stuff on the other tab. That's actually a good thing. Very good strategy. But please, okay, by the way, all of you guys, whoever's asking any questions, please turn on your camera. I really want this today to be a very fun learning session.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who wins. Learn something out of this and go, please. So turn on your cameras and don't be shy, please.
So yes, Akash. So like I had this just this question popped in my mind because so I generally have a conversation with my father regarding this. He says everything they don't have license. So I just checked it and checked it on my other tab. So I found that statistics.
Yeah, the thing is that we just act as a bridge between the customers and vendors. We are not like it's similar to Uber. Like the driver may not be initially like we do not know about the driver. We will just get to know and about the rating. We'll just have a basic check on the
Akash,
driver.
I just want to cut you here. Just want to interrupt. Anirudh, I mean, like, I'll try to, connect, make a synchronization here. Anirudh is saying that, Uber will know at least those drivers have a license with them. Then only they will
Yeah.
onboard them.
Yeah,
How
one
would you
second,
do it?
Utkarsh. If I may
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, go ahead.
Anirudh, I accept that 89%. I think that statistics is correct, but these 89% of people, they still do operate today, right? You don't see cops going around stopping the business.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yes. Okay. Okay,
So
you're right. But launching an app means we need some legal permissions and so on, right? So I guess how could you take those things?
no, I don't think this engages in any illegal activity as such.
Abhishek, there are drivers without license
See, in the
running
case of
cab
drivers,
service.
one second, one second. In the case of drivers, it's a different matter because when an accident happens or something, you need insurance, you need a driving license. What is the
No,
thing
no.
of
Let
severity of
me
an accident here?
tell you. Let me tell you. So, when it comes to drivers, there are cab drivers who do not have license and they're not associated with Uber or Ola. Locally, we can find them in Calcutta or Mumbai a lot,
हाँ काम कर
who do not have any license and they're running, but they are not onto Uber and Ola. Okay, so when it comes to street vendors, you want to ease the problem of street vendors, but without license, there's almost a huge mass without license. That's 89%. So how would you ease your problem statement? Like your problem statement is to solve their problem, right? So how
Correct.
would you do that?
Yeah. Again, I come back to the same point. In the case of drivers, a driving very necessary because of the safety of whoever is using the app or the application. In the case of, let's say, street con, I'm just asking, where is the risk involved in not having a
Food
license?
license, dude. Food license. It's based on different norms.
Yeah,
Hey,
correct. But
Anirudh, while your argument is your point is quite valid, let's stick to growth related questions for today. Everybody in the audience,
Okay. Okay. Yes.
let's only
Okay.
stick to growth related questions. Let's not validate the product.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
just ask them one simple question, a clear path to 10, 100,000, and we'll get to the rest of the things later. But let's just keep to growth and strategy. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Only this question. Thank you. Thank you, Akash. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by this 20 minutes time is over, we can move on to the next theme.
Anybody
Thanks a
here?
lot.
I'm just asking once more if there's any question left, just let us know. We'll give you like 10 seconds to just raise your hand or something. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next team. Cool. I think let's move on then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Varun. Thanks a lot, Utkarsh.
Thank you. And guys, can all of you please turn on your camera? Don't wait for your turn to come. Just have your cameras on so that we feel nice that we are talking to humans. Please do it. Just turn it on from now itself. Don't wait for your turn to come and then you turn on your camera. Please do not do that.
Thank you, Team 9. Is Team 14 ready?
Yes, yes, we're ready.
Yeah, you can present your screen.
Niharika, are you there?
Yeah, it's am I audible to everybody?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everybody. I am Niharika, and today we are from Career Design, and today we'll be talking about the growth and scalability of career design. So, we talk about when we think about any product, the thing that comes to our mind is what do we give to our customers with our product, and who are our customers? So, who are our customers, and why have we chosen this sect as our customers? So, our customers are basically students who are in their higher education right now, and the age group that we have particularly concentrating on is 16 to 30 years old. our app is a online app, so internet is one of the basic needs that our customers should have to access our app. So this is as you can see on screen, the graph is from Statista is showing that the basic from the age group 16 to 19, there are about 18% of internet users, and from 20 to 29 years old, there are about 35% internet users, and from 30 to 29-year-old, there are about 19% internet users in India today. This was given in the early 2019, and also a report by IEDC-BIT that was given in 2019 estimated that about 574 million users, internet users, are there in India, and they are annually growing. And in 2020, they are expected to have a 11% growth in internet users. And
Hey,
as
Niharika,
we are a mobile app,
Niharika,
yes, sir.
I get the point that
Yes, Varun.
there are a lot of internet users. Can you just skip to the part as to why you chose them as a
Okay.
customer base?
Okay. And yes, sir, this, and also we are talking about why in India we are making it as a customer base, because there are about 37.4 million students out there, and our major our app is concentrating on students. So when and also in our country, we are already in the second largest e-learning space. So when we are concentrating, and students are into e-learning right now because of COVID too. So this is something that our app is going to offer. So that is why we have chosen them as the customer base, and that is why we have chosen India as our market.
Hey, what's
Now,
what's gross enrollment ratio?
the enrollment ratio of the students in higher education in the financial year 2019.
No, I'm asking. See, I can read the statement. Again, the sentence is
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm asking, what's the definition of a gross enrollment ratio? Because that ratio apparently seems like a key metric in terms of determining whether your product would be successful or not. Because if people don't enroll in higher education in the first place, then I mean, then in that case, how your product is basically dependent on the way
Yes.
that the enrollments and the exits happen in the higher education space in India, right?
Yes,
So I'm just
yes.
asking, what is the definition of gross enrollment ratio?
It is majorly it's a statistical measure of
Do you know
how.
the definition of or not?
No, sir, I
Yes,
don't.
sir.
Okay.
But I know what I mean. I don't know the exact definition, but I have an understanding of what it is.
I mean, understanding again is going to be biased and opinionated. So let's move on to the next thing, please.
Okay, sir. Now Sahana will be talking about the channel distribution.
Okay, so the major channels that we're using is mainly the internet. So one of the ways that we can promote is by placing ads in YouTube videos. That is placing ads in online tutorial.
Sana, what is the cost of placing an ad in YouTube video? In the education space, targeting to higher education students.
Yes, sir. Just
Don't Google this, please.
no, I'm not. I had noted it down somewhere. I just lost the sentence.
Show me the note as well.
So, just a second.
So ads. So the second point mentioned ads on the books and tutoring institutions. Okay, cool. What do you mean by ads on the books? Are you going to, shadily
ads on books
pamphlets
as in
inside books, or I mean, what's this?
No, as in the QR code that lead to the installing of our app will be placed on the covers of textbooks of 10th standard, 12th standard, and our target audience, basically.
Okay, placing. So why do
who
you
need
think,
career
okay,
guidance.
Two questions. Why didn't the QR code will work on placing the books? And that's one question. Second thing is that how many downloads on an average happen via the QR code channel for higher education, India? I'm asking you very specific questions, so please.
Yeah.
Okay, so ads on the books, because so many textbooks that we have bought ourselves have ads that or QR codes that lead to certain websites, open source websites that have ebooks. So sometimes when I need particular notes on that subject, I usually scan that and go there. and look for PDFs of notes, concise notes of the same subject. So
Okay,
I
this
think
seems like a very long process. I'm going to open this question to the entire audience, and all of you guys, please answer. How many of you guys in the audience have actually done this? Have you really taken the pain to open your camera, scan the QR code, and download all of these things? Just say yes or no, and just just go off. Just but take. I'm serious about this audience poll.
No.
That's one no. Two.
No.
Or you can flood the comment section. So nobody's done it. So we've got plenty. Never. The one guy is actually written never. Nice. Okay. So your thing. Do you have any data to back that point of placing the QR code thing that's going to work?
so we
as
couldn't
great?
find
Okay,
any
move on. Okay,
on the
next.
ads on books part. We couldn't find any
Okay. So
conclusive data.
So you have no data on 2 points of the channel distribution thing. Cool. Promoting the app in colleges and schools via school or college websites. Okay. Explain me how you're going to do this.
School and college website basically have what timetables of what the exams and all the other stuff. They anyway, any doubts they have or anything, any information they want, they go to the website. So if we place it there, it'll reach our target audience basically, who are students, who are college students, who are looking for higher education options and stuff like that. And also career exhibitions that take place. We can promote our app through career exhibitions. There are a number of career exhibitions that take place.
Okay, what's the cost of placing an ad in career exhibition papers, any collateral of theirs?
Okay.
Okay, I agree. Next. Through open source websites which provide free ebooks and educational blogs.
Books and education.
Name 5 open source websites I really know of that have that, and name the traffic that they're getting also. I want Google and Alexa traffic both. For India, higher education. Again, being very specific here.
Okay, so some of the website or educational blogs that I used the search were EdTech Review, Equation, Reach Ivy Blog, and Innovator Educator, etc. So
Okay, what
all
is the
of them,
website traffic? Each one of them, please.
that specifications I don't have. So what they basically do is curate and review.
No, I'm sure they do great things. Okay, let me give it to you this way. Let's say I give you $5,000 out of my pocket this month as a starter budget to actually run one of your ads and one of these open source websites that you mentioned. In that case, can you give me a breakdown as to when I'll be able to recover that money? How much? Okay, let's say if I give you 5,000 rupees, how many clicks am I going to get? Out of which, how many downloads am I going to get? Or how many people are actually going to come to my landing page and visit? Give me some basic stats. Because we're talking about channel distribution, and the ultimate point of distribution is either to actually people coming and actually viewing your stuff, or downloading an app, or performing some sort of an action that will eventually lead to a certain revenue coming for you guys, right?
Yes, sir.
Could be not even revenue, could be even growth in your user base, or any of these key metrics that you guys want to go from 0 to 10, 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000 customers, right? So,
yes.
I mean, I hope you understand. If you don't understand, please point out and I'll explain it again and again. It's not an issue. But I want you guys to get very clear on what I'm asking.
Yes, sir. I got a weak idea. Okay, so the scaling part will be explained later. We have some information on that.
Okay.
And there's on the.
In that case, can we move on to the scaling part right now itself? And are you going to be the only one presenting, or is
no
your
my other teammate will be?
Please.
Yeah, my team.
Okay. Instagram belongs to most popular net social networks. I agree. Go on. Next.
Okay. So the scaling part will be by my teammate Likita. Likita, are you there?
Okay. Here, one of the things, Likita is there. I can see her online. Second point that we mentioned is that you can get your friends and fellow students to constantly review your app. Okay. You have an audience of 36 students, fellow students at this point of time. I want you to sell them the idea of them everybody in the audience, of course, everybody present here has seen what career design is. I'm sure everybody knows what career design is at this point in time. What incentive are you going to get them to review your app? See, I agree that getting reviews is a great growth strategy. I've seen companies make and take personally as well. It's an evergreen channel that costs almost nothing. So I just want you guys to use a content or some sort of copy, or even if you guys just want to have a certain dialogue with them right now, just convince them to actually review your app. And
we have something
And guys, if you are convinced with this, whatever they're going to show you to actually review the app, just comment yes. Okay. And please be proactive in this.
Yeah, we thought of providing a free ebook for reviewing our content, like for reviewing our app.
What kind of ebooks?
And no, like we have premium ebooks in our app. Niharika
So you're
will
saying your
explain.
premium ebooks, you're going to give premium ebooks for free?
Yeah, only one of them or something like that.
Okay.
Niharika will explain. It's actually in the last slide. So can I explain the scaling now?
Should we
Can I
skip to the
explain?
last slide and explain this, or?
Yeah, go ahead. See, again, just answer my question. I don't care which slide you guys
Okay.
tell from.
Go
Answer
to
this
skip to
question.
the last slide.
So it mentions again, so in the previous slide also I saw
Okay.
encourage user reviews, net promoter score. Net promoter score is a very big word. I'd like you to really explain to me later as well how you're going to go about it, your NPS strategy too. So, but answer this question as now.
So where we are seeing that offering free ebook for filling the feedback form that we will be providing, and also first when we are promoting the app, so we are talking about the self-study plan and also the different free material that we are going to give in the app. So, and also if you fill the feedback form and if you review our app, we'll be providing a free ebook from the premium ebooks that are out there in our app. And
okay, I'll ask you a very simple question, a very simple elementary question. Can you show me a landing page that you've done which you think will have a higher chance of conversion rate and people will actually come and fill out this form to get this ebook? Do you have something to show me?
No, sir, we have not done that.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is a thought here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes.
Can you please show me? Okay, cool. What's your next growth strategy? Go on.
Likita, you start with the scale.
Yeah. From first 10. Yeah, so the first 10 customers which we want are people who constantly stay with us and review our app, not just temporary people. So we thought of using personal network, which concentrate mainly on close friends or classmates who can download the app and use it. Next, moving on to the first 100. Next slide. Yeah, so reaching first 100 customers, we thought of promoting it in school or college. Like most of the successful apps which got their first 100 or first 1,000 customers was by promoting it in college.
Okay,
and
which are the most successful apps that you've kind of seen, which again has a good
you
reach?
see, Baiju's or other apps, they actually started out in in a particular
Okay, what did they
college
do in these
already.
colleges? Did they put up a banner? Did they give them money? Did they ask people to download at gunpoint? What did they do?
No. They asked the students to use it. Like
They just popped up in the college and just asked everybody just please use our app. That's what they did. Okay, this is also assumed. Next, what's your next best? Okay, I'll make it very simple. Forget all of this. I want you to convince the entire audience here to download your app. I'm giving you a customer base of 39 people right here who are watching this live stream at this point. Everybody, just sell your app to them to make sure that they will download it. Guys, if you're convinced, just say yes in the comment box.
Yeah, okay, you will be visiting different websites, right? Like to download the notes for your exams or for the mock test papers. You can all find it in one place. And you can also create a group in our app, and then you can share your notes or other stuff over there. Instead of flooding your WhatsApp groups with other notes and other stuff, you can find it in one place. And also,
by the way, audience, I'm sorry to interrupt, Likita, right? Yeah. The entire audience, please. So right now, the task is that you guys have to get convinced from the pitch that these guys are giving. So feel free to cross-question them. Again, I'm keeping the next 10, 15 minutes, whatever is left, to be very open-ended. Fire away. But at the end, either you should be convinced that no, I'm not going to download their app, or they will be, or convinced that look, I can actually get 10 people right now in the audience to download my app. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Go on. I'll go on mute.
And then also there is a psychometric test where you can, it's for actually people who have not yet chose their career, where you can actually suits. And as you take the test, you will be given with the option which chooses with the career which chooses you, career which suits you, and then you will have a basic plan and basic idea like the universities that you can go to and the jobs that you can apply for. And you will have free basic self-study plan for yourself. Unlike other apps, they don't usually provide a self-study plan. They have random content over there. They don't have a curated content. But we provide a curated content like chapter 1 after chapter 1, chapter 2 after chapter 2, like that. not just random content. And if you subscribe for premium plan, then you will get a personalized plan for yourself, and also